Anyhow, yeah, how's everybody doing? I'm painting today. What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? All right, all right, all right. A friend of mine would say. And just work on his oil paintings a little bit. Just kind of touch it up. Do a little um, studio work. Let's get some of these out of the way from my hair. So that's the piece I started, and sweet. Just want to try and get a little bit of work done on this. Kind of hard to work in oil sometimes because it just it dries so slow. It's so nice to work with as far as mixing, but it's really slow to work it in. Sorry, I'm not really set up yet. Get my colors laid out here. That's right. Just need a little touch up. So my two biggest colors a lot of times, whoops, didn't want to do that. Get a special container for all these paints. Is I use a lot of it's sap green, but end up using a lot of this blue, and it's ultramarine blue, and get all these out. There we go. Number number popular use, and what else we got here? So anyhow, just want to try and get these dialed in a little bit better, and just finish what I start. Get some mineral spirits out here. Oh, come on. All right. See if I can get this going here. Just dialed in. Make these trees a little more convincing. So you're just going to look over this. And sometimes you can try and go stylized with things, but it doesn't really help it. Makes it look more chaotic. It's good if you can figure out how to make it stylized, but by stylized I mean non-realistic, where you're kind of just going by whatever. Any people watching? Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm sorry, I can't see my phone. Anyway, let's see what it's on here. Man. Just trying to get this lined up a little better. It's an oil painting. This is Green Lake, Washington, the Seattle area. I just want to try and get the painting a little bit more stylized, so it's not so, chaotic. I do want to add in some delicate brushwork, like make it look like a painting. Don't, where you see some brushwork, but not over dramatizing it. Usually I like to use dramatic highlights. When you're working outside, it's a lot different. I mean, it's nice. A lot of times you're just dealing with all the elements of a lot of it. A lot of times it's the brightness, like it's just so bright outside. You have to learn to adjust because it makes your pupils really constricted when they're in the sunlight. And if you want to let more color in, you want to try and be in the shade, be where you're not so, just not in direct sunlight. And all the great painters used to paint in the shade, like Monet, and he even had like a special boat that he used to sit on with it really nice and shaded. I didn't know about this, but recently I heard that Monet had won some lottery or something where he had the money to go and paint more. And he was like, man, this guy really did pretty well. Like he had this um, place in Givenchy where he had his um, Japanese garden with the um, really beautiful footbridge. And I don't know all the details, but apparently he won some lottery and was able to do his art. And so I think my point is, yes, I just want to clean this up a little bit. So I simplify it a little bit because you get too many elements and then it starts to just get lost. Everything is getting lost in here. Anyway, so yeah, whatever that was worth. I mean, it's just good to try and use your time well. You don't need to have a lot of money. Just get out and paint, do your art, do stuff. How's everybody doing today? You guys got any comments? Thanks. Yeah, I'll check my comments in a little bit. I don't have any. I'll just keep rolling with this here. But I want to try and get it to read well as a painting. Like, so you got these green grass down here. You want it to read well. You don't want it to be all like muddy, where you kind of just got it all pushed together. But this is just a good exercise to do. Actually, um, try and use the background. You kind of want to use more. It's called aerial perspective, where you have kind of it's a bluish gray. As things get further away, it gets grayer and bluer and cooler. As you come forward, you run into more um, warmer colors and more vivid tone. It's good just to kind of relax and let yourself go. Someone says, oh man, you kind of remind me of Bob Ross. But, I watched a movie on Bob Ross and actually he kind of got something. I was trying to think, why was this guy so popular? Because to me, I've been trained in painting. Uh, Bob Ross he was really encouraging. I think his biggest thing was, just let yourself just enjoy painting. Don't you have to make anything spectacular. Just let yourself enjoy it, the process, and don't stress out. And just the more you do it, the better and more relaxed you're gonna get. I was going to leave this house out. I don't like this house right here. You like Bob Ross. This is like a little happy little house on the Green Lake. This is before it got famous. Just had one little house here. Yeah, so Bob Ross, create your own little world. You don't have to just do your own thing. Just there, right there, good. That's what we're looking for. There. I was thinking I should make like a happy little squirrel in here too. But you want your trees to look, this thing is called indication, where you just kind of indicate the tree and just learn to make it look like an indication of a tree. Clean up my brush a little bit here. Cleaning up this paint. But you want to give it enough detail to where it reads. But yeah, no, Bob Ross, though, there was a guy that went on before him that was this German guy who was kind of really stark in his voice. He was just like, oh, and then what you need to do is you need to add some yellow chrism. Don't be like, he was really kind of harsh. So Bob Ross was like, he was really mellow, and he kind of worked it. Like he realized that that's what people needed or wanted. They wanted someone who can, and people do need, it's not, I don't want to sound like he's just patronizing people, but people need to just relax, try and just enjoy things. This is a little bit too stark here. Just enjoy the process that life offers. One thing, you want to do is make your edges really count. Let's take this water for a little kick. I always feel like it's better to I like using reflections on the water, but I always feel like it's better to have a little understatement versus overstatement of the reflections. This house is really bothering me right here. See, I think what it needs is it needs to be a different color, because it's just so similar to, let's see what happens. I don't mind it being a lighter color, but it's almost like the same color as these trees. That's what happens when you're painting, is you kind of step back from it for a second, and you can see things that need to be, they're too loud, things that bother you. You learn to tone things down to where it's not so loud. Kind of like life, right? Like things in your life that are too loud. I want to try and capture. God, it's like I'm breathing heavy here. But yeah, just take a deep breath, and step back a little bit. No need to stress about anything. So easy to overwork things, though. I always want to try and say this over and over again. This one art teacher I had was listen to, his name is Bill Ryan. He said, always avoid spottiness wherever your eye goes, like this little spot right here, that it doesn't need to be there. Get rid of it. If it's spotty, then your eyes kind of just bounce all over the painting. You want to be able to um, have, a main focal point, but also, yeah, just get rid of spottiness. And if you ever happen to be like an illustrator or something, like any little um, spot that's like a glitch will show up on the um, newsprint or whatever they print it on. It won't flatter your painting. If there's any flaws, it'll make it worse. I remember one time I had one of my paintings on the cover of this sailing magazine in Seattle, and a friend of mine commented, "Hey, this did not flatter your painting. That the newsprint, it showed all the little imperfections. It was, yeah, it was. pretty bad. So anyway, I've spent enough time on this one piece. I'm going to try and work on another piece for a minute. Just let it sit for a minute. These are all kind of just exercises. Actually, I think I might just take a break because I'm trying to get something to eat here. Have some. This is a guy named Wolf Kahn who did this thing called Fauvism. And he was more in, he didn't believe in using the exact colors. He believed in being able to just be a little more free in your expression. It's kind of I don't know if it was called expressive realism, but he had it. If I can find some of his work, I'll pull it up. Wolf Kahn. He would is Kahn. Try and pull it up. But yeah, he was very expressive with his colors. And if you saw Wolf Kahn, you would, he became kind of really well known for the style, kind of like Monet, or not, well, yeah, Monet. Also guys like Van Gogh. Like you see Van Gogh, you know Van Gogh. And just takes time, practice. It is good to watch other artists, though. I mean, paint. Well, I can't just, okay, I started this mess. Let me just try and clean it up a little bit. I had this house cleaner over at my house, organizer, and, we'd organize, and she goes, well, I go, well, it's time to quit. Like, we work 4 hours. And she'd go, well, I want to have this feeling like we really accomplished something. So she would do like an extra 15 minutes or something, and just so it could get to where, we look like we really nailed it for cleaning a room, organizing a room. So that's one of the beauties of oils. It's so easy to blend and kind of go over things that are not really, need to be gone over. I mean, you can do the same thing with acrylic or anything else, but oils, for some reason, just seem to be easier to go over, for me anyway. Yeah, I'm just trying to give this painting a little hope so that it looks like a finished piece. These are supposed to be some kayaks here, but I didn't really pull it off very well. Here's another thing I want to try and pay attention to the edges and use up, if I got color on my brush and there's another spot I can use it, I'm going to try and do that. Actually, I'm kind of liking this right here. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to look at some Wolf Kahn paintings, actually, and try and look at some other things. But it's okay to go over, exaggerate your contrasts and your color, and you want dark against light, light against dark. It gives it more vibrancy, and then also warm against cool. Like you have your warm colors here, and there's cool in the sky. Anyway, so we'll see you on the next piece. We'll try and get some more painting done. Thanks for stopping by.